Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan.
And my name is Carter Nolan.
And we are now here to talk about what episode number is this? Like
7?
7? Yeah.
7, yeah.
Episode 7 of the Mighty Ducks. It's kind of a little disappointing. We're uploading this today, not yesterday, because yesterday was Mother's Day in honor of Nick's 2 moms.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's okay. It is okay. So, like, this one's a bit different. I'll be honest, I don't know how to feel about this one.
It's alright.
It
It kind of feels like a filler episode.
It does. It really does. So we're still dealing with some of the backlash from Evan practicing with the other team, the Ducks.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Which,
That's an annoying thing that had to happen for the entirety of the episode. Which I guess kids hold grudges, but like still.
They dragged it out way too much.
I will say though, there is something good about watching a group of kids get locked in a room and say, and the parents thinking, yeah, they'll solve this. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Nope.
You're an idiot. Now they all hate each other.
They literally got on each other's throats in there.
And Sam has lost the will to skate and do anything. And it's weird because, like, the entire time, so, like, the rink has problems, obviously. Part of me was wondering if it would turn out that, like, Bombay was the reason the rink did, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just sabotaged the rink.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was expecting that, and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere, and I went, oh, okay, so way to take away some of the mystique of Gordon being a magical, like, hockey guru. Okay, cool. Yeah, like, and the game that they would end up playing is against the Huskies, right?
Hornets.
Are you sure?
Yes, because the other team is wearing black and yellow. It's the Hornets.
I think Huskies, he thinks Hornets. Let's go back and check the footage.
It's Hornets. I know it's Hornets.
I could have sworn there's a game against the Huskies.
It's black and yellow. They were wearing the same colors. How is it Huskies?
Okay.
It's black and yellow.
I think okay, cool. All right. Anyway, but yeah, so like Sam's episode's weird. It's weird.
And
so
you know why it's weird?
Yeah.
Because Sam's episode is not really Sam's. It's like
it's an amalgamation of everyone else's episode, but he's just kind of there. Like literally there. Like to the point where they're doing practice outside, right? There's a couple things I actually enjoy, okay? So substituting the egg passing for passing your own phones.
That's good.
Good. That is a good decision.
Yeah. Well.
Trying to get Coop to goaltending, and as dumb as it sounds, I like this because I'll give you logic here, okay? As a goaltender myself, the hardest thing you can get me to do if I'm a cold goalie or something like that is butterfly, because that shit, it like sucks. If you have like a stamina bar, that thing takes out like a quarter of it going down and up, because it's just like you go down. It's not the down part that's hard. It's that every time you go down, you get back up. And then you gotta go again, and it's like, that's what you never see me. You wouldn't catch. I wouldn't be caught dead doing that in warm up, because in warm up I'm just like, I catch you, I block you, I kick pad, I don't care, I'm not doing that. But the second they got Coop to go into snow, which by the way also is a good way to get you moving, because cold. But like he butterflies, and then they're just like, okay, yeah, now he can do it. I'm like, that makes sense, because most of the movement that you need to make as a goalie when you're younger is based on your gloves. You don't need to like stick out your pads, because your pads will mostly cover a lot of the net as it is. So, and he's good with his hands, so it's good. I like that. Sam sitting there on his phone though, and no one noticing, drove me nuts. I was like, how the hell do you go through an entire practice on a smaller ice surface? Sam's literally sitting in front of Bombay.
Also, especially since Sam is kind of marketed as the crazy guy who does all this crazy shit. Like, really? You don't notice the guy who's not fucking
I get
jumping off the crossbar and
I get that they needed some extreme change in character to show just get attention on him.
I mean, really,
but the fact that no one else notices it and just the audience is annoying.
Like
that's tone deaf.
Yeah, the only thing that they really actually do for Sam that improves his character is him talking about like, oh, like no one really ever noticed me, and then like Evan, blah 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 blah.
Like if you don't care about this, why should I invest so much time in it? And I was like, okay, cool.
It was like, that builds his character
That's
a little
okay.
bit. But if this is an episode dedicated to him, it should build up you should build him up more than that.
Okay, so to put it in perspective, you shouldn't have somebody ignore what a certain character is doing out of pattern the entire episode until the end, where you then immediately solve it.
Yeah, especially...
You should have people trying to talk to him the entire episode, because also, why the hell weren't anyone wanting to talk to him?
Yeah.
That's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Also, too, like, and I'm not going to say this, but, okay, here's the thing, okay? This is gonna sound bad. I'm just saying, though, and I know Disney didn't try to do this, but for the one African American, and it's his episode, and the whole episode, you don't notice him till the end. Bad move! Like, but seriously though, like, for example, Sophie had, like, thing that she put on her knee pad. Evan noticed that shit immediately. And I get it because they're gonna have play dates and crap, but still, how do you not notice a fully dressed hockey player sitting on the sidelines in a tiny ass pond no bigger than this basement?
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Especially as this is the kid that's supposed to be running around everywhere.
Right.
And never sitting
Even
still.
the coaches didn't do anything. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, I was like,
Really?
Really? Bombay didn't
Bad
go over
move.
and talk to him? And it kind of caught me off guard. And especially another big thing is that at the end of this episode, we actually got a game again. I thought, great, we're going to get to see Sam actually do something in the game.
Yeah, what the hell?
But we don't.
Oh, he blocked a shot.
Well,
he blocked a shot and he yelled out, "I'm the X Factor," and I'm like, really?
Well, actually, yeah, we did get to see that. I forgot about
But
that.
like,
Not gonna
okay,
lie.
could we get like a montage of that? Not him blocking one shot.
Especially since we got a montage of Coop blocking shots earlier in the game.
You know what I would have
He's
been
the
fine
goalie,
with?
but still.
You know what I would have been fine with? I would have been fine with him going and just jumping in front of the net and deflecting the puck in the net off his body. Wouldn't have that have been nice?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been better?
Like use the Bobby Orr celebration as his deflection
Yes,
tactic.
yes. Or just do that and have his stick out and hits the stick and goes in. That would have made more growth in how he can play offensive and defensive than that. That being said, I also like the fact that they have the checkmates there. Those are good.
The checkmates.
I hope we learn a little more about them because like now they are the low people on the totem pole here.
Especially as they turned on each other during that big old.
Yes, that was funny.
fiasco.
They haven't said a word and they were getting mad at each other.
Yeah.
It was like watching goddamn war games. It was just like people facing with people. Now let's talk about the play that wins the game is
boy.
bullshit.
No.
It's bullshit, and I'll
It's
explain
not a
why
Mighty
it's more
Ducks
bullshit.
play.
No, it could be, but I'll explain why it's more bullshit than the other plays. Okay, this play I compared to is the only comparison I can find to this one is the one of the girl doing her figure skating in front of the Hawks. Okay, that's the closest comparison.
yeah, I
Now,
see.
no. Here's why this is more bullshit than that one, though. Okay.
Yeah.
So those kids also too. They have set so what Mighty Ducks does, and they actually kind of set up that moment. Okay. So, and in the worst ways. For example, there's a scene where the Hawks guys grab a magazine, a somewhat provocative magazine from the Ducks player. The Ducks players early.
In like the
right.
yeah.
And then there's jokes that are made about it that are somewhat inappropriate. So right away you know that they know about females, shall I say? Also, there is there's a point of contention, and also too there's a point of contention where one guy has a girlfriend. So around that age, you've set up a precipice that guys can be distracted by women. Okay? Or kids, sorry, can be distracted by women. And if that, and I'm not saying that has to be true in everything. I'm just saying if you're setting it up in this movie, then at least you're branding it accordingly. You're setting up.
It makes sense.
You're setting up the final shot of it, okay?
Yeah.
And so going into that, when she does it, and she's doing it with figure skates, which is quite surprising because when the Ducks, because that's how she was recruited with her and her brother, was why them seeing them do skating out there. So they know that that is somewhat distracting. So the payoff to it is her doing figure skating in front, and that distracts the players on the Hawks. That at least, now, while is very unlikely to work in a game nowadays, like in probably a game back then, at least there was a setup and punchline to it. This is the setup and punchline now. First off, the setup is that close your eyes and it'll work, and it doesn't work in the practice. And then the payoff is somehow close your eyes, and the face-off man is just horrified that this man he's about to take a face-off with closes his eyes. Like, that's distracting. Like, how is that distracting you? The guy's got a full cage on. What the hell?
I was just waiting for him to win the draw and then just cross-check this guy. Right?
Yeah, just refereeing is nothing in this league.
Yeah.
And then the worst payoff is now the entire team is shocked by us. And then there's a shot. Now, okay, granted, it was nice to see someone other than Sophie and Evan score. That was nice because it was the I know their names. I know there's the tough, there's the cosplay girl, and there's we'll get them right. We promise. We'll get them, son, one of these days. And then there's the one that has like the Mean Girls one that is more depth and character than that. You know what I mean? It was the Mean Girls one, the one that can make you feel terrible about yourself by just pointing things out. Remember her?
Oh, like
yes.
the popular.
Yeah. So the popular girl, I think, is the one that scores.
Okay.
Also. Oh, it's not. It's dead.
Alright. There you go.
It's dead. Do you wanna?
Oh, whoops.
There you
go.
But it's her that scores, and that's okay, I guess. But like, wouldn't it have been better to have them? I don't know, like, just.
And there's no deflection.
There's no deflection, and
Goes
here's the thing.
Straight in.
And here's the thing, like. And this whole arc was you setting up how to communicate with your... Like, the whole arc was it was a bad idea. And just because it works doesn't now make it a good idea. Like, this is the weakest play I've seen.
Yeah.
Closing your eyes and shooting is... And this isn't like a moment... This isn't like a thing where it's like... Where you can pick the corner... Like, I know where to shoot because my eyes are closed. That's some bullshit Jedi thing you're trying to push.
Yeah.
It would have been so much better... if it was Sam that deflected the puck in. Even if she closed her eyes to take the shot, if they didn't make a big deal about it, for example, the fact that the other team is so shocked about it pisses me off. Because who the hell pays attention? Nobody pays attention to a player's eyes.
It's not even, it's not even just that. It's also how long it was for.
It took a while.
It was a long time that they were standing there for 10 seconds like that. Like, just imagine, like, the coach going nuts on the bench. Like,
there must have been a bag skater after this. But anyway, it would have been better to involve Sam in the game-winning play.
Imagine if they had Wolf Stanson as the coach.
There's a couple things that I want to see more of. For example, I'd like to see other players score, please. Also, and this is a bit of a nitpick, but why do we only get to see like 3 goals in a 5-4 hockey game? Why is it that you cut to the third period where they're just down? Why don't we see them go down? Because you did really well at this early on, where you put every goal in.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that again?
Yeah.
Show the struggle.
Also, one thing that would be neat, if Cosplay Girl, actually used her nunchucks. We hear about them.
Okay, no, not nunchucks. I would just like.
Well, come on, they had the other with the guy that
No. I will argue this. Okay, it's okay to not see her use her nunchucks because that might promote the wrong message. Okay.
Okay.
Because using nunchucks on kids are wrong. That being said, her throwing a hit, I would like to see.
Okay.
Her being a shutdown defenseman would be nice to see.
Okay.
Like watching players go in past the blue line and her taking them out. Wouldn't that be good for her? Okay, that's fair then. Okay.
Okay.
That's all right then.
We hear about the nunchucks.
Like, because we pretty much have... I don't know what the Czechs are good at. I'm assuming they're defensemen. Maybe. Like, they're defensemen, and then we know the 2 other girls are defensemen.
Shut down defensemen.
And then we know the rest of them are just forwards.
Yeah.
So, like... Yeah, it'd be nice to just expand how these characters, not just how they are personality-wise, but also how they play.
Let's see how Logan has gotten better on the ice.
Their play style. Yes, for the love of God. Why is it that the Canadian is the one that has not been improving in his hockey skills, apparently? That's the problem here.
Yeah. All we hear about nowadays is just his hair. Every
Yeah,
episode.
Logan Nylander really needs to fucking develop, or he's gonna go to the AHL team, is all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, honestly, looking forward to see what happens next episode, honestly. We'll see. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on this episode. And this video, obviously. Also, we've been saying it a bit, but me, Jay from Peg City Hockey and Coach Ryan from Hot Garbage Sports are doing a crossover podcast. First episode was on Peg City Hockey, so go check that out. It's called Prairie Puck Podcast. It's also in a playlist on our channel. You can just check it out, playlist.
It's also on Spotify.
Yes, it is on Spotify. That's good. Go check it out. Maybe comment down below what your thoughts were on it, because it's fun. We like doing it. And then obviously check the last Jets game reaction where we lost again to the Senators and stuff. And our Bad Batch series reactions, which we're doing now for Star Wars, if you like Star Wars content. And follow us on Instagram at No Hockey Podcast. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.